let's use an example. Who here loves God's chicken called Chick-fil-A? Who loves Chick-fil-A? Okay.
I mostly eat the salads.
Chick-fil-A is one of the last fast food restaurants that is using MSG. Did you guys know that?
Styrofoam.
Okay. It's styrofoam. So okay, so think about that. So it's one of the last companies that uses MSG. Okay. Chick-fil-A. The chicken. Chick-fil-A. Okay. Good. Oh, okay. It's good, right? Who likes it? Okay. So Chick-fil-A is one of those restaurants where you drive by on Sunday, you get mad. Like, oh, they're closed. Okay, right? That's that MSG got you. Okay? So you crave it, you want it, and it changes your brain, okay? For me, personally, when I used to go to Chick-fil-A, every single time, about 15, 20 minutes later, I would get a migraine. What in the world's going on? Now, I knew I had MSG sensitivity, but I didn't think Chick-fil-A had it. And so I went and Googled it on their website, and guess what it had? MSG. Okay? So I had to stop eating Chick-fil-A, okay? It's a chemical. It's a chemical, okay? Now, if you look in front of you here, okay, on this sheet here, here are some hidden names. You guys can Google this. There's about 20, 30 different hidden names. These are the popular ones you'll see here. So things that have like Arlaine's yeast is MSG. Hydrolyzed vegetable protein is MSG. Doesn't even sound like MSG, does it? Okay. So anything that's hydrolyzed, autolyzed, okay, yeast extract, a big one, is MSG. I don't know. Yeah. Sounds good, right? I don't know. So all those there are names or hidden names for MSG. Okay. MSG can cause headaches, migraines, brain fog, heart palpitations, and of course even emotional changes as well, mood swings. They're found in chips, they're found in seasonings, they're found in soups, they're found in frozen meals, okay? Let's go back to Doritos, okay? Doritos, the cheesy coating on Doritos is what's called MSG. Got it? There's a better brand called Lake July. Lake July has a nacho brand. It doesn't have MSG in it. It actually tastes really, really good. Lake July. Harris Teeter has it, okay? It's a natural, better version. Late T. Yep. L-A-T-E. July. Okay? And all these weird names, right? Zevia, Lake
Varieties of it, but they have a new one that's called Mexican corn.
There we go, yep. That's good too. Okay.
Really good.
I've never had that one yet. Okay. But again, look at the labels. The reason why is a lot of times these companies get bought out by big companies, and they make things worse. Okay? Like back in the day, Burt's Bees, right? Remember Burt's Bees? Was very, very, very holistic, very, very good brand. And then they got bought out by a big corporation, and then they started using more petroleum-based products in there. Okay? All right, so you got to watch the ingredients, always look at labels, because people will get bought out, and then they change things. The next thing we're going to talk about, actually on this here, let's kind of cruise through here. The next page here is on food preservatives. Okay? So this is something you guys want to look at. These are food preservatives are not good for you. Okay? And this will give you a quick snapshot on the reasons why. This is for you guys to take home. And then the last page there is on food dyes or food coloring. Okay? And what the colors are and what they can cause. All right? So anything again that's added to that's not natural is not going to be good for you. Everybody good there? Okay. Now, the whole new administration coming in, they're going to try to what? They're changing the food colors and preservatives. Okay, they have some states have actually started changing it, like Utah and West Virginia. By next year, they're going to have natural colors, natural preservatives, and no artificial dyes or colors or preservatives. So kudos to them, they're taking initiative. I think the other states have, I think, till 2030, I believe, that they have to change everything.
So is that more worm?
More worms, yeah, yeah. Well, also like think beets, like for like reds, they'll have like different like, turmeric for orange, and so they'll use different natural colors, okay? Yeah, so maybe some worms, yes.
Yellow 5 is in a whole lot of cheese dips. If you notice, I mean, almost all of them have yellow 5 in them.
Yeah, cheese is not good for you. Well, think about it, because here's, okay, let's go back, we haven't covered, yeah, we're about to cover it now, okay? We haven't got the oils yet, okay? So, cheese dip is not good for you because it's so processed, first of all, but then the oils they use are very, very, very synthetic, okay? So the oils let's go over seed oils. You guys have heard of seed oils now? It's kind of a new buzzword, isn't it? Last year you hear about seed oil, but now it's like seed oils. Let's talk about seed oils, right? 5 years ago, what's a seed oil? I don't even know what it is. So think of soybean oil, peanut oil, canola oil, vegetable oils, are all bad. Oh, I got somebody there, didn't I? Okay, there. Olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil are good oils. So olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil are good oils, okay?
Avocado,
Say it one time.
olive oil.
They don't make olive oil and avocado oil from the seed, they get the
Right.
rest.
Good job, thank you very much, yes. And also what's cool about those oils, it is actually anti-inflammatory, and also it revs up your metabolism as well. So people who are trying to lose weight or burn fat, having canola oil, vegetable oils, those bad oils, it actually causes inflammation, causes bloating, causes you to gain weight. For people who are doing coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, they actually have a tendency to actually burn more fat, and of course, better on there too. Yes, ma'am.
Does grapeseed oil fall under the bad oil list?
It does. So if people have inflammatory conditions, okay, or autoimmune conditions, there's rapeseed oil, right? Sunflower oil, safflower oil. Those there also fall in that category. So in our office, we teach that stay with those 3 oils. That's the best. If you have no diseases that you know of, you have no inflammatory problems in your body, if you have no autoimmune diseases, you might be able to get away with like sunflower oils.
What about sesame oil?
Yeah, that's also seed oil as well. So, so when we do our blood testing in our office, that people who choose to do that, we actually can see if sesame oil, if it has sensitivity to that, canola oil, vegetable oil, all these oils, we can check as well. Corn oil, soybean oil, and some people might be fine for soybean oil, okay? We can check that, but for people who don't get the testing done, I always err on caution, say, hey, these are the good oils, these ones usually cause more problems. You guys got that?
Dr. Do you use those oils in the same, amounts as you would?
Correct, yes,
Okay.
yeah, you're right. Peanut oil, bad. Yeah. So, I told you I'm the blood guy, so I'm bad. She would say, you know what, I understand, I love you.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
I don't know if this is in the packet, but just to kind of the why, right, is that seeds of fruits or plants or whatever it might be have their own natural ability to ward off being consumed. So there's toxicity, whether it be by God toxicity, but it's to preserve itself. So apple seeds, all those kind of seeds have its own toxicity to other animals and things, so it doesn't eat the seed. It eats the fruit, but it doesn't eat the seed, and that's how it sustains its life. So then it goes through all of our processing and everything else, making it more rancid and actually bad for your body. But that's kind of in a nutshell. Or nut seed, wait, like, I'm just kidding. This is kind of in a nutshell why. But it makes sense when you think of it that way, is that it has to preserve itself, and that's in the seed, that's its life. So then,
So, the 3 best oils that are anti-inflammatory, healthier, are coconut oil, olive oil, and avocado oil.
Avocado oil.
Now let's go back to even more deeper, okay? If you are gonna fry or bake, you don't wanna use olive oil, okay? You use avocado oil or coconut oil, okay? Olive oil changes its protein structure when it gets heated up, and then some of those actually turn rancid, okay? Now, let's go even deeper. You guys love this? When you look at olive oil, make sure you get extra virgin olive oil, okay? Now, even deeper, ready? You wanna find a single source place, okay? So sometimes you'll look at the bottle, it'll say, product from Italy, Peru, Jamaica, whatever. We'll have like 15 different places, okay? That's gonna be more rancid, not as healthy as says product of Italy, or one place, okay? And even better, deeper, in, so we were talking about this morning, where it's nerves this way, okay? Is that look for one that actually has when it was actually produced and packaged, okay? So you know how fresh it's gonna be. Because some of these things can be stored on a shelf for years, right? It's not as fresh, okay? And so, Mr. Rebecca, you told me this morning, what's the interesting fact? How many olives it takes?
5,000.
There you go.
5,000
olives
for a
to make a bottle of olive oil.
Depending on your bottle, right? But that's a lot of olives.
That's a lot of olives, okay.
In a glass dark bottle.
Correct, good job. Love it, thank you. Yes. All right. We know seed oils is already shown in research right now, causing heart disease, Alzheimer's, and also autoimmune diseases as well, okay? Now, let's go ahead and go, my last kind of thing we're talking about here is butters and margarine and things like that. So there's so many confusions about that, okay? So back in the day when I grew up, there was what's called country crock, or I can't believe it's not butter. You guys remember that? Okay.
Yeah,
It's still there? Okay.
still there.
Okay. So healthy butter is just butter, get grass-fed butter. Okay. Pasture, grass-fed cows butter, pasture butter, okay? So the best butter is like from the Amish country, okay? So when we go up to Lancaster, go Columbus, go Pennsylvania, we always stop by, we get some butter, right? So get some natural butter. The difference there is it's less processed, there's less ingredients, you don't add anything at all, it's just churned butter, okay? Tastes really good. Now, a popular name brand that you guys can get is called Kerrygold. That's a popular brand. There's some other brands like that as well, okay? But something similar to that, grass-fed, pasture-raised cows, butter. You don't have the cows get antibiotics and a bunch of hormones that gets passed on to you, right? Now, let's go over margarine. Who's heard of margarine before? Okay. Remember back in the day, margarine was good for you? Okay. So, can I take a minute and kind of explain how they make margarine?
No.
Yes, let's do this. Who says yes, who says, who doesn't know? Okay. Let's
I
go over how
wanna
they
know.
make margarine, okay?
I want to know.
So we were told back in the day that it was better for you, better for butter, right? Because it has no cholesterol, okay? And back then it was called health food, okay? And it's one of the worst things you actually can put in your body. Okay? So margarine starts with cheap, yep. Okay, because it's probably, it didn't get bad, probably didn't go bad, did it? Okay. So margarine starts with the cheap vegetable oils, okay, which is already bad. Things like canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil, okay? These oils are extracted, not by squeezing 5,000 olives, okay, or pressing seeds to get healthy oils, but they actually use a chemical process, they actually use what's called hexane. It's a solvent from gasoline, okay? So they use hexane, okay? Once they extract this oil, okay, it smells really bad and it looks really ugly, okay? So they refine it. You've heard things what's called refine, right? Anything refined, you need to run away, okay? So they refine it with high heat, okay? They bleach it to remove the color, because it's ugly, and they deodorize it to get rid of the bad smells. Sounds good, yummy, right? Okay. But this is where it gets worse. It's already bad, right? Then they turn it into liquid oil that sometimes looks like kind of like butter, and it goes through a process called hydrogenation. I can't pronounce the word very well, okay? That's hydrogenation. and they actually force hydrogen gas to the oil at high temperatures. They use metal catalysts like nickel as well, and that alters the structure of the oil and turns it into a solid fat. Very good there so far? And that hydrogen forced part there that looks like butter is actually called trans fat. Remember trans fat? Okay.
Yeah.
Dangerous artificial fats that clog the arteries, right? Cause inflammation in the body, link to heart disease, diabetes, and even dementia, okay? And then what they do is they add artificial flavors, okay, to make it taste like butter, and then they add the yellow coloring, artificial dyes, to make it look like butter color. So by now you lost anything natural, and it's all artificial, 100%. That's what margarine is. Okay? Now, go back to Chick-fil-A. If you Google the butter that they use at Chick-fil-A for to butter their buns, you'll throw up in your mouth. Oh.
Ooh.
We're all some cages, aren't we? Okay. So Google it, and you'll learn. Or if you don't want to know, you want to have the blinders on, you can go eat it. Okay? Sound fair? Uh-oh. Yes, ma'am.
Do you know about Benecol?
Sorry.
Benecol? Do you know about Benecol?
Benecol.
Ben, no,
I don't know what
Benecol.
that is. What is that?
It's supposed to be a
It's in
vegetable.
margarine too, supposed to be really healthy.
Yes, it's
Okay.
supposed to be healthy for
I don't know
cholesterol.
anything about it.
Oh,
Never even
okay.
heard of it, actually. So, it's what? It's expensive?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, it
Okay.
has stanol in it.
Okay, I don't know anything about that one, so I have to look it up, okay? All right.
Something else, since we're talking dairy here, sort of in the dairy realm, cows were bred not, we changed from their natural heritage cow steak to, genetically bred to make more milk, right? And so doing, they changed a certain protein, so regular, heritage cows naturally made a protein of A2. But modern cows in modern situations, they have the A1 protein, which is, messes up the gut. That's more, is much more upsetting to the gut. But heritage cows have the A2 protein. And there is an expensive milk, just over here called A2. And a few other places do, A2 milk. And
So what we found for all different blood testing in our office as well is that about 35 to 40% of people have sensitivities to cow's milk. And what's the protein is called casein, or alpha casein, or beta casein. So those patients that have that problem, then we of course recommend almond milk, oat milk, where those kind of things are better for them. Okay, it's hard on the problem. Also, conventional milk has a lot of hormones and antibodies, so they actually produce well. You kind of want to stay away from that too. Okay? So if you have a choice between organic versus just conventional made milk, you're going to get the organic version that doesn't have much hormones or antibiotics.
No, you don't want Benecol.
Oh, why?
Just read the ingredients and Google the ingredients. But what they're making money on is that they took out the fact of its, like it's zero, right, they say right there, 0 partially hydrogenated oils. That's all. So they're throwing that label on there and they're claiming it a healthy version of margarine, but if you look at the actual ingredients, you are better off just having butter.
So it looks pretty. See the heart on there?
Plain butter.
The heart, right? A little heart.
Little heart, yeah, it's special.
Little heart, right?
It's the heart healthy version.
So the ingredients here is canola oil, water, palm oil, plant stanol ester. It has potassium sorbate, which is going to be, of course, a preservative, artificial flavors, right? And then it has some coloring as well. So there's about half the ingredients are not that great for you. There's better options. Just get
So
butter.
you remember, and I said even good things or bad things, so we know that you can't eat a stick of butter, like that's not necessarily healthy for you, right? Like, and I would put a stick of butter in my mashed potatoes, or my my baked potato. Like the more butter, I can't ever have enough butter. And so maybe that's come from Idaho, right? And we have a lot of potatoes and, I just, as a kid, I don't know. But what I've learned, even like my corn on the cob, or my, like anything that I want that butter flavor, I'll do my butter, but then I will substitute with some olive oil. Like I poured olive oil on my baked potato and it gives it that like moisture. And then I put my butter on there so I get that butter flavor. But I'm getting a good healthy fat. I'm still getting my butter, but I'm not eating a stick. So, just to say, hear about, and it's actually really yummy. You don't taste like the olive, you know, olive oil, when you get the extra light, doesn't have a lot of flavor. Right? Like a whole ice cream.
What about like when I eat my baked potato, I put butter and sour cream. Sour cream, is that good?
Well, sour cream is still just a cream, so if you don't have any dairy sensitivities, as long as you're not getting sour cream artificial, sour cream, it's still cream, right? That's a higher fat content, so, yeah. We do buy Kerrygold.
We make it to Costco,
Yeah.
we get carrots.
We make our own
Yeah.
from cows raised. Yeah, I don't have time to return. Kerrygold.
Kerry gold. So there's also other versions like that.
There are other versions.
So there's-
I just Costco usually runs a sale, and when they put it on sale, I'll buy one. It's expensive, but that's why I've tried to find other ways to use less, you know, and still get my butter.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I was asking, Kerrygold.
Kerrygold. Yes, there's other versions too, but that's good. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, to put a damper on things,
Thank you.
I've seen Peter say, not your mother, not your milk. So I don't know the science behind that, but have you researched the benefits of cow's milk on humans? And all the ingredients thereof?
Well, it's a great point, right? So, humans are the only species of mammal that drinks milk after they're weaned. Kind of gross to think about it.
Yeah, it is.
Right? That you don't see a deer going up to the store to buy some butter, right? Okay. So yes, you're right. Now, that's why a lot of like the conventional milk, I have a whole talk just on nutrition as well that I've done that talks about what's really in conventional milk. We're not gonna do that today because you'll be beyond grossed out and you'll never eat milk again.
Right.
You wanna do one thing there? One
No.
nugget?
No.
No? One nugget?
No.
One-
Yes.
Come on, he wants it, okay. So, they have found, okay, by research, that if you get, say, go to Walmart, not picking on Walmart, just conventional milk, right? They actually looked at an ounce of milk has around 200 and some thousand pus particles in it. Thank you very much. So what's the reason why? It's because a lot of farms, they're pumping milk, making it go crazy, right? Adding hormones to make it produce more and more milk, right? Causes more infection, causes that infection, that pus goes into the milk.
Holy
and it goes
crap.
into the mouth, and you can great. But they're cookies.
With their cookies, you just had to throw it in there.
That's serious. Holy crud.
Sorry. So
Jesus.
lactose, yeah, so if you have lactose problems, it's probably way better to do like an almond milk anyway. See what I'm saying? That's being better for it. Do it cashew milk. That's being better for it. Yes, exactly. For sure. Because it's
Fat
closer.
free is what?
Yeah, fat, right? So remember, closer to God versus closer to man.
Right, yeah.
Just think that way, okay? That's good?
They do a whole lot of messing with milk.
They do a whole lot.
So, one thing is that some milk is, in some brands, I'm trying to think of the brand of it, but it's filtered. It's ultra filtered, and they filter out a whole lot of sugars and so on out of that, right? And it's, I think that's a very expensive milk, if I recall correctly. For ultra filtered is one, and one term. But another term is ultra pasteurized, which means it was processed at a much higher temperature. Now, you said Amish cheese was really good, right, because they don't mess with it, right?
Less
But, and that, to make that butter, you know, and so on, you have, milk naturally has stuff in it that causes it to, flabber, and so on, to kind of make little, the molecules to bind, right?
Hurting, right?
So hurt, that's the word, okay, so they have natural milk in that. But when they, ultra pasteurize it, then it's very unlikely that milk can do it after that. If you look at a lot of, again, Walmart, if you look at, and Food Line, Lidl, if you look at their milk that's not a really expensive brand, and so on, the one that is almost kind of generic milk, it will just say pasteurized, and not ultra pasteurized, it's just pasteurized, so it's less processed, it's more, it actually still has the chemical capability to curdle, which means that you could go to something like, YouTube, Mary's Nest, which that woman is sickeningly sweet. And at first I thought that was baking, I finally decided, I think that's how she actually is. She actually is a super sweet woman. But she tells all these natural ways of doing things, and, interesting. Very, very interesting.
So,
One of the things that
recap
she
this,
could make like a cream that you
Is-
could put using cooking.
Cow's milk is not as good as, for some people, as like almond milk or cashew milk or oat milk, okay? Get a better version of cow's milk if you're gonna do cow's milk. Everybody good there? Okay, so less conventional, you know, more organic, less antibiotics, less hormones, is gonna be, of course, better for you. Less processed is better, okay? All right, any other questions about food or sugars or oils? We covered a lot today, okay? So we covered a lot today. Yes, ma'am?
Can you substitute almond milk for like regular milk in cooking?
Yes, sure. That's what we do in our house.
Same amount?
Doesn't it?
Yeah,
We're
it's
making
the
a
same
pudding
amount, it's just when you're baking, you know, when you're baking, it's really a science, and the fat content in milk is important for a lot of recipes. So there is some like altering that needs to be done sometimes, but most recipes only call for, 3 tablespoons, 3 teaspoons, and so you don't miss it at all. But just keeping that in mind, it's got a different chemistry or makeup to it, so it can change your recipes a little bit.
Sure, Beth, so we work gluten-free, egg-free, dairy-free, soy-free.
That's a lot of
Free,
free.
that's,
I just wanted a cookie.
yeah.
I just wanted a cookie, so I've got
So
this.
Rebecca found a really, really good recipe, and she like
Yeah.
perfected it for like chocolate chip cookies that are,
Walnut cookie.
and they're amazing, they're better than regular cookies.
Yeah, I still haven't gone back to normal ones.
And then also like even, she makes like a snickerdoodle, right, where it's like cinnamon, right?
Yeah. Could you give us the recipe?
Print out the recipe.
For $5.99. Go to Rebecca.com and she'll get you. Yes, we can make that up for you, bring it to you next time, okay?
Are you coming in?
Next 2 weeks, I think. 2 weeks.
I just wanna give you an aid when you're shopping, it's called the Bobby app.
Bobby, yeah?
Bobby,
Oh, yeah.
It has a, you
Yes.
can scan a product,
Yes.
and it can tell you if it's approved or not, and
I know
then.
exactly what, yeah, it's Bobby approved, they call it, right?
BOBBY?
Cool.
Yes. So you got really popular on Instagram, so about a couple years ago, and you've got a bigger following, and then you made an app, and yes, he's really good. Yes. Yep. Yep, that's a good one, okay? Honey's great, yeah, so again, if you don't have diabetes, great for sugar, for sure. Okay. People have like diabetes, not, great. Yes, ma'am, how you doing?
I drink milk for calcium. If I go to an almond, isn't it
has an added calcium carbonate, I mean,
Some of them do, yes ma'am, and then also the easy other way is actually take a natural calcium supplement. You can get like a vitamin shop, right? We have some in our office as well, that actually just, it has a higher dose amount, right? So people have like osteoporosis or osteopenia, you know, they actually, you get a higher dose or better quality calcium, as well. Oh, it's next Friday? Okay. Okay, well, I guess I can. I don't know.
Yes. Well, hey, just so you, this whole series is with Dr. Chad, so all of the Awaken Your Health dates are with him doing just this. He's going over different topics with you all. We're gonna do them through September, so.
It's an app that you actually can scan different products, right, at the grocery store. To see they're Bobby approved, this is this guy that actually, he knows about seed oils and good healthy sugars and bad stuff. And get it, is it Bobby approved or is not Bobby approved, just if it's good or bad.
And the body plan.
I have.
So, any other questions? Anybody? Yes, ma'am, go back there.
Okay, I'm about to put a wrench in this whole situation. When are you going to run for something and try to change all of these senior meal programs, all of these school lunches? We are killing our children and our seniors with the most god-awful, unhealthy food because we can't afford anything else. So what do we do?
What breaks my heart personally is when I go visit people at the hospitals and I see what they're eating, and everything they're eating is actually harming more.
Thank you.
And so, usually when I go to hospitals, I bring people like healthier food, and they're like, you know, people are looking like, what's this? Like, there's not a Snickers bar, like, where's my Snickers bar, right? So if you go down to like the lobby, to the gift shop, it's all just, it's all really, it's really junk. I remember I went to, the Sheffield General, this was maybe 2 months ago, went to visit a person there, right? And I was starting, because I was just getting on from lunch, and I was going to go there real fast, say hi, make sure they're okay, right? Just, you know, something nice to do. And I went to the kitchen, so I was starving, and I literally looked high and low. I couldn't find anything there that was actually healthy, that I could eat. So I just starved, went there, saw him, and then I went out and got food. But just, you're exactly right. I think the momentum is changing, but this is going to sound mean, but there's so many big corporations and organizations that have huge handholds into this whole thing. It's called profit, right?
Yeah.
Your shareholders, stockholders, and all that kind of stuff. That until that really changes, it's going to be a massive uphill battle.
Yeah.
That I don't know if we'll ever win. But you knowing information, you tell your friends, you tell your kids, and that's how you start changing generations. We gotta start somewhere, right? That's the reason
Yeah.
why we do these things, 'cause
Yeah.
no one knows, right?
Yeah.
But looking at labels, if you can't pronounce these big words, you can't probably stick in your mouth, right? We know that, but we still do it sometimes, right?
You know that my son, 52, just had a heart surgery. And on his tray, so he was given a heart healthy diet.
Yeah,
He had Coke,
there you go.
Sprite, anything on it. The only thing they said was stay away from salt.
Yeah, this
That
makes
was
sense.
it.
Okay. So they actually found out also, real fast, go with the salt, so if you actually have like good, healthy salt, it's actually been shown to reduce blood pressure.
Yes.
You guys got that? White
Okay.
Morton's type salt raises blood pressure.
Yeah.
So healthy, good salt will lower blood pressure. Bad stuff raises it, which makes sense. Healthier stuff does better for you. Bad stuff does bad stuff.
You should try to get that like your mom does.
There you go.
Just go,
It is-
just take a look, there you go.
You're right, you're right.
It usually does have stuff in the trash.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Anytime we go to sport,
We do.
every now and then.
So, good, so other things are, always, if you'd like to come to the office to get scheduled, do an examination, check out what's going on with your health, Ms. Rebecca can actually do that for you, we charge only $52. How many people came to your office so far? Raise your hand, great. Overall, this experience is pretty
Oh,
good.
I can't-
You guys
I
done a
can't-
lot there.
I can't be office yet, that's
Okay,
right.
great, awesome. Does anybody want to kind of talk about the office, like what the experience was with mine? How was the experience for you?
I was really amazed at all the testing they did to, check your nerves, see
Right.
other functions, and
Learn a
get
lot.
X-rays to show your back and,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's super detailed, right?
Yeah, very.
Judy, how was your experience?
My experience was the first day I even felt better, just hands-on, I don't know, different Dyson. But I couldn't walk when I went into the building, and I was praying for something, and now I don't use my
We met Judy about 2 weeks ago, okay? Mr. Jordan,
I went in there with my back condition where I can't really, like it moves on its own and stuff. It's just trying to stay calm for right now, but when I went there, you guys gave me hope, and so hopefully as the time goes by and we can hopefully afford to do all these tests, hopefully I'll be back to my good old self like I was a long time ago. Yeah.
Called my sister after my first visit, we talk every day, she knows me better than anybody in the world. And her first words to me were, "Who are you? What did they do to you?" And because I had had such a change in my life, I guess, right? My goal, my goal was to be able to play with my grandchildren. We live in Denmark. It's a long plane ride. But after my first visit last Monday, I made my reservation.